guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and welcome to one of my personal most anticipated reading vlogs ever. So let's just directly get into it. If you have been on any corner of the internet, I don't just mean like the bookish corner, I mean everything. There's this one book, a fantasy book that's been making all the rounds. Everyone and their grandmother has read it, and by everyone I mean like readers, people who don't read. It's getting people into reading, it's getting people excited. This is one of the most popular books on the internet since the day it came out. I think it literally broke the internet, and that is none other than Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. You've heard of this book everywhere. You've probably seen Dragon Edges that I don't have on mine, unfortunately, but I do have a copy of this book, and in this video I intend to start reading it because the third book in the series comes out very soon, and the last couple of times I wanted to film the video was before the book released or last year at the beginning of it. This time both coincide. So I'm filming at the beginning of the year, I'm filming before a book comes out. I think it's kind of perfect and the stars are lining for me to read it. It's finally time. I can't wait to see what the girlies are talking about, and I can't wait to meet Zayden, the book boyfriend everyone has been obsessed with over the past few months. So let's just directly start and get into it. I'm gonna give you a few chapter updates, a few page count updates, and let's just start because I cannot wait to get into this. Hi guys, so for context before anything, today is Saturday. Onyx Storm, the third book in this series, comes out next week on Tuesday. So now it's the weekend before, and the goal I had for this video originally is to kind of get this up on the day Onyx Storm comes out. So this video needs to go out on Tuesday, which is nice, but I need to get the book done before that happens. And now for Fourth Wing updates before anything, and then I'll give you the game plan. I started reading this after my last clip to you yesterday, and can I just say something? I was reading on my physical hardcover. I managed to read 14 pages and I was bored out of my mind. I wish I could say something better, but like I don't know why it just wasn't clicking for me. It was a slow start or whatever, and so I wasn't getting it. I wasn't understanding why the girlies are raving about it, but I don't think I mentioned it. I'm actually buddy reading this with my cousin, and she's way ahead of me. She's like on chapter 5 or something. So I actually texted with her and she said she's really enjoying it and it like really picks up. So I was just like, maybe the problem is me. So instead of continuing on my physical hardcover with no edges, I actually ended up getting it on Kindle. So I have it on Kindle now basically, and I'm just reading constantly with that. And you guys won't even believe it, I kept reading, not for so long because I had to edit last night. I had other things too, but I managed to make it to chapter 3. And now, can I just say, I filmed like a separate vlog last year of me reading the first book in ACOTAR, so A Court of Thorns and Roses. No other fantasy book since I've begun reading has made me feel the way ACOTAR made me feel when I was reading it, but I think this is making me feel those feelings, and it's so weird. Maybe I just needed to switch to Kindle because for the past few months I haven't really been reading physical. For some reason I'm in my Kindle era, and so I bought it on Kindle. I'm reading it on Kindle now, just showing this to you so I have lesser editing, don't have to include photographs or anything. But I'm reading Fourth Wing now. I managed to make it this much in, so I'm going back on the physical and checking my progress. It's not a lot. I've reached like chapter 3 and I don't know much of the premise right now because I have been avoiding spoilers everywhere, but Zayden, the guy everyone's obsessed with on the internet, he did pop up here, so I have come across that bit, and now I'm more than excited for anything just to continue reading. Even this morning, haven't felt this way since I read Beach Read I think a few months ago by Emily Henry, but this morning I woke up and the first thought that came to my mind was I cannot wait to pick up my book to keep reading. And if reading only 2 chapters of this all the way up to chapter 3, haven't started that, but if reading 2 chapters is making me feel this way, I have such a good happy feeling or vibe I guess coming from this book, and I can't wait to continue. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'll catch up with you a few chapters down the lane maybe, and I'll come give you a summary of it because I have no idea what it's about. All I know are the dragons that people are obsessed with and Zayden, but that's it. I'll see you guys in a little bit with hopefully a summary and a few chapters in. I have been waiting all day long to just sit down and read, and now that I have the time, my evening is completely cleared out, so let's just get into it, and that's gonna be so fun. I cannot wait. guys, so since my last update to you, it's been much later. You can tell, it's nighttime right now, but like I couldn't, or my reasoning for coming is that I wanted to come sooner, but I just couldn't put the book down. I managed to hit chapter 7. I have been switching back and forth between Kindle and the physical book, and I'm having so much fun, but I hit chapter 7, so this is how far I am in, and that's on page 77. 777, that's my sign that I had to come speak to you. And so I'm here, and I have been taking breaks in the middle because I have to edit, and there's a different video I need to be putting out, which is why I have to put it down. I'm not able to sit down and binge the whole thing in one go, but if I was able to, best believe I would. Like, I physically cannot tear this away from myself until it's like work time, and I really have to force myself to, because it's that good. And I don't think I gave you a summary the last time I came. So basically it follows Violet. She kind of wants to get into the scribe quadrant of like the world over there. She goes to Bisgayth War College, and over there she wants to be there. But the thing is, her mom is like the army general or something like that, so she kind of forces Violet to go into the Riders Quadrant, and basically that's pretty much the opposite of everything Violet ever wanted, because over there's all these people that kind of have to go through these trials to weed out the weaker sections, so only the elite and the untouchable survive to kind of become a rider and get these dragons to bond with them, have these like crazy magical powers. And she wants Violet to be part of that, so Violet has now joined that quadrant, except it comes with its own set of challenges, and everything about this book is perfect. Can I just say that? So now there's so much about it I want to speak about, but let's just start with some criticisms I've been seeing, because I wanted to address them before I go into my own review of it. Yes, I know this book has like the stereotypical romance setup when there's like a small fragile girl and a big strong man. Do I care? No. Yes, this book also feels a bit like it's copied or inspired by a Sarah J. Maas book. Does that make sense to me? Yes, it does, but it's done correctly, because let's be real, her books, Sarah J. Maas specifically, she kind of writes a blueprint for fantasy, and that's what has been going on for modern day fantasy for so long now, that I've read so many books that I kind of relate to that book. So I don't really care if this feels a lot like ACOTAR in the romance sense, because apart from that, it's done really well, and the way everything in this has me wanting to keep going back to it, flip through it, keep reading. I'm having such a good time. The only thing I'm confused about is that right now I see a different love interest, but like everyone speaks about Xaden online, so I'm trying to figure that out, because he's the enemy right now. So I don't know if it's like enemies to lovers or if he's just like a side character or something, but I'll figure that out regardless, and I'm having a good time anyway. And it's a good book so far, to the point where I'm gonna say it right now, I may regret this in the future. I don't think I will. This is 5 stars. I know I'm 7 chapters in. The way I feel about this book hasn't happened since I last read ACOTAR a year ago, and that's been quite some time, but the way it's making me feel, it's a 5-star book. Have been recommending it to maybe my whole friend group at this point, even though I'm only 70 pages in. And if I feel so strongly about a book, I think it kind of makes sense, because I am a picky reader, so I am picking correct. But regardless, I'm gonna keep reading. I wish this was like a whole dictionary sized book, because I would still keep reading it. It's done so well. There's so many themes in it of like romance, and then there's the fantasy element. There's dragons in this, surprisingly, which like not surprisingly, because the edges which I don't have, they were the dragon ones, but like it's done so well to the point where I'm such a fangirl of dragons now, and they've only been in here for 1 chapter. And then apart from that, there's also other elements to it. There's like the war aspect, and actually there's wards around the the fictional country in here that are kind of falling and collapsing down, which is why war, like I said, comes into play. There's like this unsafe, dangerous aspect, but at the same time it's done correct, and the trials in it that she kind of has to go through to become a rider also qualify. I love the war college setting, but more than anything, I think what really gives the book high stakes in here is the fact that it says fly or die here. I know other editions say graduate or die, and that makes so much sense, because either you get out alive but you have passed all the trials, or you simply die. And it's gotten so crazy already. I'm loving it. I can also see like a found family setup, and if I'm correct, this is gonna be one of the best found families I've read about. I do have the second book in the series like physically with me, so I can't wait to finish this, read that, and then the third book comes out next week, read that, whatever. So I'm just saying, my next couple of weeks are completely blocked, and that's gonna be the best time of my life, and then after that I'll have the worst crash ever, because I'll be in such a slump. But it's still gonna be worth it, because it's this good, and if you haven't already, please read it. I'm so mad at myself for not having picked it up sooner. This is like an addictive drug. I cannot put it down. The pages are laced with something. It's that good, and you need to go pick it up if you can. because it's amazing. Honestly, that's all I'm gonna say. Go into it blind as much as you can, because going in blind myself, I'm having such a good time already, and it's worth it. All the girlies, everyone on the internet, they're all correct. This book is something honestly exceptional and you need to read it. But that's it. I'm gonna go keep reading because I cannot be torn away from this for like a second longer. I do have to go edit later in the night, unfortunately, so I don't know how much I'll get done. But I do want to read it, and I do want to get this video up by Onyx Storm release day, so I can have that in my hands. We can start the next couple of books. I at this point have already decided that whatever videos I have planned for the rest of the month, I'm cancelling them and I'm simply just going to binge this series. So you will be getting different vlogs of me reading the next couple of books in the series, but I think there will be spoiler vlogs because this is non-spoiler, and just having a good time. Alright, so that's it. I'll see you guys hopefully in a little bit with more updates, but this is 5 stars so far. It's that good. Do you wish I was one of those people who came and ranted about how much I hated it? Probably, but like I can't say that because it's that good. And maybe I'm joining like the Fourth Wing fangirl train, wherein there's like 99% of the internet on it, but it's like the best place to be, and this fandom is probably my favorite. Already looking up everything on Pinterest and I'm having a good time. So I'm gonna keep doing all those things, and I'll see you guys in a little bit with more updates, but I can't wait to go with new readings. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Really quickly, before I forget, in my last update to you about Fourth Wing, I forgot to say that in this world, she's like extremely weak because she never trained to be part of the Rider Squadron, and they're like top of the hierarchy chain. So everyone in there except her has trained to be there, and everyone's more powerful than she is. So she's at the very bottom of like, I guess, the power chart. And the fact that her mom is the army general already acquires her like a bunch of enemies who would kill Violet just to get revenge on the mother because of some things that happened in the past. If you read, you will understand. And so because of that, she's already got like a bunch of other enemies, and there's already like these dangerous things happening that add to the high stakes of the book, and that makes it even better. And that's kind of where Xaden comes in, because he would also kill her for the very same reason. And so already having such a great time. I can see them getting together if they have to at some point, but I'm not sure currently because I'm being thrown off because there's this other guy in it, Dane. I have no idea who he is, but I'm trying to figure that out. He's like a childhood friend, but I don't know if it's going to be a romance between him and Violet. I really hope not, because I'm really loving Xaden right now. Dane doesn't really have much of a personality at the moment. He's a little annoying, so I'm gonna keep reading. This is not like a spoiler or anything, so I think you'll be fine if you want to go pick it up. But like, if you haven't already, everyone and their grandmother who have read it have done the right thing. Follow in their tracks. Go pick this book up because it's that good, and the stakes are already so high because of the whole can kill Violet to get revenge on her mother thing. I'm having a great time, so I'll see you in a bit. Again, just wanted to quickly say that, and I'll keep going back to my reading. I can't be interrupted long enough to, speak properly to you, but I cannot help it because it's that good, and I'm gonna go. Bye. Hi guys, so it's been a couple days since my last update to you about this book. I'm just gonna say, it's 2 days later now. It's 7:20 nearly in the evening, and I have reached chapter 17, I believe, page 193 of the book. I was gonna come update you when I was like a third of the way through, but I'm just gonna say I have not been able to stop, reading this book. I can't put it down, so I just kept going, and now I'm nearly halfway, so I'm nearly there. I'm gonna make it at some point. And today is Monday, tomorrow is release day for the next like Fourth Wing book, and I was actually gonna post this video tomorrow, but I'm gonna be so real. This book feels like it's going to be the best book I've ever read in my life, and I don't want to rush that experience, which is why I don't even care if I'm not going to post this video the day it was supposed to come out, aka tomorrow. I'll just post something else. I don't even care. I want to read this. I want to take my time with it, so I'm going to do that. Even though I don't think that's going to happen, knowing me, I'm going to binge it in one sitting. It's so good. Since the last time I spoke to you, now something happened with like the dragons and stuff and like the trials or whatever. And if you guys, any of you have read the 4th Harry Potter book specifically, Goblet of Fire, it gave me such Goblet of Fire vibes that if I am made to select only one book series to keep rereading for the rest of my life, like I can't pick anything else, I would pick Harry Potter, and Goblet of Fire is probably like my favorite book out of them all. So this is making me feel those feelings. 5-star, obviously since the last time I spoke to you, I'm already getting those feelings, but the fact that I'm getting more of this, I cannot put it down. This book is like my air, it's my water, it's my bread and butter. I can't live without it. Every waking moment I have spent in the past 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever, I have been thinking about this book. I did have to post and edit last night, so I was busy doing that. But now that that's done, I am basically free to just keep reading for like however long today and tomorrow before I have to, worry about editing and posting again, because I'm posting midweek as well. So the fact that, all I want to do is spend every single minute reading this is crazy. I've got all my work done, so I'm just gonna go sit, continue reading. But I just wanted to come quickly and say this is how this book has got me. In fact, just before I came to speak to you on this update, I got off like a phone call with, so you know how in most of my vlogs I go to this like local bookseller, I say, who's like on the other part of town, but it's like my favorite place to visit. I got off call with the owner of that shop, asking him if he could like get me somehow, anyhow, the Fourth Wing hardcover with black sprayed edges, and he's gonna phone up like the publication to see if he can, because genuinely I know I already have a copy. I need that so bad, because I already have the one for Iron Flame with the edges, and so I'm so mad that I don't for this one. But regardless, even if he does or doesn't, we're gonna try so hard because I need that so bad. I don't generally buy multiple copies of books. I don't think I've ever done that before actually, except like once for Harry Potter, and so this is really climbing up the charts for me. Even in the romance department of this book, things are like starting to pick up. The tension is so crazy thick. You can cut it with a knife and still nothing has happened, and you know, that's just having me on the edge of my seat. There's crazy stuff happening. I'm loving the dragon involvement in it too. If you've read the books, I have my heart. There's so much that's good about this. I'm giggling every 2 pages, and then for some reason, even the characters that I don't like very much, that you know I haven't really bonded with or whatever, and stuff happens, I feel teary-eyed. I'm not even gonna lie. There were a couple of bits wherein they were good scenes, alright? Something happened, something nice with Violet, and you know, she survived or whatever, and I wanted to cry so bad, like happy tears, which is crazy because what is going on? But you know, this update has basically been a whole rant about me coming to say, I love this book. If you haven't already, pick it up. I'm so mad at myself for having put it off for like 2 years now and not having jumped on the hype train when it was, you know, hyped. But you know, I have my cousin, we're speaking on and off about it. This is just such a fun time, honestly, reading together. And now I didn't even look it up on my phone browser or whatever, but wherever I go on every single social media, I'm getting like Fourth Wing edits and stuff, so that's making it even better. I think at some point I'm gonna go ahead and like purchase, I don't know, like other stuff like the graphic audio or whatever, because I want to listen to this in like different voice actors and stuff. Can you imagine? Like I already want to do a reread as I'm reading this right now, and that just proves how much of like a good book it is and how much of an impact it's having on me. I've noticed with my 5 stars that unless they don't have emotional impact, I don't really give my books 5 stars, and so either it's a really sad book that I've given 5, or it's something like this which is making me so giddy and happy over it that it's affecting every single moment of my life, that is just a 5, and I already know it's going to be 5. So I'm just going to say it right now, right here. I think I said it before, but it's still a 5. It's going to continue to be a 5. It's that good, and please go read it. I just love this book so much. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading now, because honestly, that's all I've been doing literally for the past few hours. I cannot be unstuck from my bed over here. I've got like a nice reading playlist kind of thing going for Fourth Wing, like music, and I'm listening to that. I'm reading this. I'm having such a good time. I'm gonna go keep reading, honestly. I'm having such an amazing time. Haven't had such a great time since probably Akita, like I said last year, reading a book. So you know, this is really fun to be addicted and obsessed with reading words on a page again, and so I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon with more updates. But genuinely, this book is amazing. Picking the best book I've read this year, and the first month is not even over. Can you imagine? So I'm gonna keep going and whatever, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Honestly, my words are not making sense because I haven't had human interaction. Literally just forced everyone out of my room so I can read in peace. But I'm gonna go keep doing that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys. If my hair looks like a mess, it's because it was pinned back the entire time. I didn't want it in my face, but I have a Fourth Wing update. So ignore the fact that I've taken my book sleeve off. I don't generally have them on when I'm reading hardcovers. I find them annoying. And you know, I'm not sliding it back on because I'm going back to read. I'm being lazy, I know. But I'm just going to show you this to show you I'm reading Fourth Wing. I have hit the halfway point. That's all I wanted to come say, because I just want to let you know it's getting better somehow. I don't even know how. It's like getting better every page. Not any of the single page feels like it's an added extra content to just, you know, be filler, because in so many books there's extra pages in the middle wherein it's just like, you know, dialogue or info dumping, and it's just stuff to move the plot along, but not actually stuff you are interested in reading. This book, every single page, I am dying to turn to it and read it, because genuinely something's happening. Something's always happening. Or there's Zayden in it and I'm just reading for the sake of Zayden. And like, I'm having such an amazing time, honestly. He's already one of my top book boyfriends. They haven't even gotten together. I don't even know if they will, honestly, at this point, but the tension is there. So that's good, I guess. And you know, I keep saying it, but I don't remember when I've had such an amazing time reading a book in so long. So this is really just bringing the old book days back, wherein I'd sit up till like 1, 2 in the morning willingly on like a school night to read. And you know, it's not a school night, but still, I'm having a really good time. I'm gonna go continue keep reading. I have hit halfway, so I might take a break because my head is really starting to pound. I'm tired, but apart from that, I'll see you guys hopefully in a little bit. I don't want to forcefully like finish it so I can have the video up in time, but at the same time I want to finish it because I want to see what happens next. So I don't really know how much I'm gonna read. I might take a break tonight because I don't want it to end this fast, but I'll do whatever. I'll see you guys in a bit. Genuinely, I need to know what happens next, but at the same time I'm trying to preserve it because when it runs out, there won't be anything in this world that matches the same feeling this book is giving me, the adrenaline rush and the happiness, the giddy feeling. So I'm gonna see what I do, but like, I have the next book waiting for me. At this point, I've cancelled every single thing I was supposed to film this week just to film like a whole spoilers reading vlog of the second book. So I have that, and that's gonna come soon. This is a no spoiler video. The next one for sure will be full spoilers because I need to talk to someone about it, and then the one after, because I will do one for Onyx Storm as well. I'm buying it or whatever. I pre-ordered my copy from the shop. That'll also be spoilers technically, so I'll see you in those videos. But for now, please enjoy the non-spoiler content because there won't be much more of it anyway. And I'm gonna go maybe keep reading. I think I'll take a break now, but after that I'll keep reading and I'll keep updating. But so far so good. This is one of the best books like ever, and I see the hype. Everyone on Book Talk is absolutely freaking correct because this book is it. I know why this made it to all the top fantasy lists, because genuinely it deserves its crown on the spot up there. See you guys in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, so since my last update to you, I've read so much more. I have crossed the halfway mark. I'm now on chapter 27, page 333. So there's 333. This much is what I've read and this much is what I have left. And I have to guess, the way I'm binge reading this book, like, it's got something laced in each page. I'm probably finishing it either tonight or tomorrow, which is perfect. I should probably show you the dust jacket instead of showing you that because it makes no sense. And I'm not putting the jacket back on because I'm going to continue reading anyway. So, just so you know, I'm still reading Fourth Wing. Having an amazing time, honestly. Nothing has really changed since I spoke to you, except we are introduced to like a new character because something happened with Violet, and so now he's gonna be joining their gang, and the found family in this is so good. Honestly, everything about it, them together, every single character, surprisingly, I'm enjoying in the group. I'm enjoying their like dynamic together, and the new character that was introduced, Liam Murray. If you've read the books, I think he's my new favorite character, especially after her best friend, because at the beginning, her best friend, Rhiannon, I think that's how it's pronounced, she was my favorite character, but now that Liam is introduced, so I think I found my new favorite, book character. But then also Zayden's really doing it for me as well, and I'm having such an amazing time. Everything about this book, the way it's happening right now, especially the world building, is really amazing because like I'm not bored a second of it. I'm actually enjoying and eating it up, and now I'm actually developing a couple of theories with regards to what's happening in Navarre, the kind of land they're on, and to figure out what could happen in future books. And the only thing is I don't have anyone to talk to about these theories because people have already read Fourth Wing online, so everyone already knows what happens, except I personally don't know anyone who's actually read Fourth Wing, so I'm not going to really reach out and text anyone. My cousin hasn't reached the spot I have. She's still like way far back, so it's going to take her a few days, and this is a non-spoiler vlog, so I can't really tell you guys anything. So I have a couple of theories going at the moment. We'll see what happens with that, but genuinely, in such a short span of pages, Rebecca Yarros has made such a good emotional connection with every single character to the reader, which is why I'm having such an amazing time. And then like I said, the world building, even that's happening really well. And it's kind of expected to take place in the first book. I would have expected more to set up for the whole fantasy series, but the way it's happening, I'm not complaining or anything. I'm having a good time. I think it's very well balanced. That is something. And I understand the hype. Like I keep saying that every update, but every time I read some more, I fall in love with this book even more than I already was. And it's like a good wine. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's how I'm feeling right now. Now the only thing is, like I said, I can't discuss theories with you, so I'm going to keep them to myself. I'll maybe talk about them in the Iron Flame reading vlog, so I'll go jot them down somewhere. But I have a very good feeling about like one specific thing. Like if that gets proven right, I'm going to think I'm such a genius because I guessed it. But until then, I'm going to go keep reading. I think this is probably like going to be my last, or one of my last updates to you before I finish the book. Because at this point, otherwise the vlog is just going to become like a monotonous time of me, telling you how much I'm loving it, and then like just keeping going on and on and on. So this is where I'll stop with updates or whatever, because there's not a lot I can say to you this far into the book. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I will say today was Onyx Storm release day, so that's the third book in this series, and so it comes out in America. In my country, we only have it available on Kindle right now. For some reason, the physical copy, the hardback of it, doesn't stock until next week, so I don't feel the FOMO I thought I'd be feeling today. And I haven't seen like a lot of people in my feed getting their copies either. The stuff I've seen in my feed are Fourth Wing edits, which is kind of perfect because it's not spoiling anything for me, but I'm having a good time regardless. But I'm still not going to take chances, because once people start posting their Onyx Storm spoilers, I don't want to like mess the series up for myself, and I know I will be binge scrolling. So I'm going to go keep reading. The copies, they don't come out until next Tuesday for us, and by that time, I'm finishing this either by tonight or tomorrow. I will probably pick up Iron Flame, and I should be done by the second book, Iron Flame, as well. So that'll be perfect timing wherein I can go get my physical copy and then, have a vlog for you guys. So I'll take you guys the day it comes out, for me at least, and we can go on like a book shopping excursion. This is kind of reminding me of when I went last year in the morning after reading Actar to pick up the second Actar book, because I wanted to see what happens next. But yeah, this is fun. Another great fantasy series to get absorbed into and get my heart broken by. But I'm having an amazing time regardless. Even if I'm happy or if I'm in tears, they're usually happy ones, so I'm not like scared or anything. But I am having a great time, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon. The world building stuff is really doing it for me right now. Honestly, it's so good. But I'm just gonna go keep reading now, and I'll see you guys soon. Hi guys, so I'm on page 451, it's chapter 37, like this much is left, so that's around like 48 pages I calculated before I came to come speak to you. And the thing is, it's the next day since the last time I spoke to you. I have been busy today because I did have to sit down and edit a different video that needs to go out tonight, because this video is not going out tonight like it originally was going to. And the thing is, I'm happy I chose to take my time on this. But I also wanted to quickly say, this book never has had a single dull moment. Never, not even once. And everything that's happening in it is the kind wherein whatever's happening, my heart is stuck in my throat and I can literally feel it pounding in there, because I'm so genuinely on the edge of my seat to see what happens next. But I wanted to say this at least like 50 pages ago, so when I reached around the page 400 mark, but I never came, because listen, when you pick this up, it's like something you can't stop consuming, so I just kept going. But I wanted to quickly say this because it kind of came true. The last like 100 pages in a fantasy is really what makes or breaks it, to the point where if everything is happy, it's a bad sign, because that's when shit is about to go down. And I just wanted to come say, this whole book hasn't been happy necessarily, but it's been positive for the main character at least, because she hasn't gone through the kind of traumatizing stuff that otherwise happens in fantasies. And so I was just like, this is the part where shit usually goes down, and I just wanted to come say, I was so scared because I thought this was the time it's gonna happen, and now when I hit this mark, something got revealed. My jaw was on the ground, shit is currently going down, and I think I've been proven right. So I'm gonna go keep reading. My final update next time I come speak to you is when I'm gonna be done with it, because I've been updating a lot, but I just wanted to come say I was kind of proven in it. Not all fantasy books can be happy towards the ending little bit. They have to go crazy, because there are sequels to be coming after this. And also the thing is, while book 3 just came out and I will be getting it in a week, book 4 is not announced yet, because I did actually go and check the author's Instagram. I checked Rebecca Yarros' updates and stuff, and she hasn't really announced book 4, which obviously she's got like her own reasons behind it for like mental health purposes, which obviously I support. But I don't know if I want to continue reading the series anymore. Like I will. I'm obviously going to read it at some point, but I don't know if I want to immediately continue it, because the way I'm feeling so emotionally unstable after having read that, if it's impacting me so hard, and if the third book ends off on like a cliffhanger, I think I'll be done for, because I don't know how long we'll have to wait for book 4. And so for now, I think I might Might. This could change when I read the ending of this book. Put a pause on reading this series, so I'll read like Iron Flame or something, but I'll hold off on the third book until more reviews start coming in and people, tell whether it ends on like a cliffhanger or whatever, and then I'll see how I'm continuing this. But for now, great book. None of my thoughts have changed. I feel like everything in this book is going perfectly the way it should, and I'm still hoping the bookstore owner gives me a call about the edges because I would love to have them. But so far it's not really working out. I'm so mad at myself because a few months ago I went to the bookstore and they still had these copies and I was so tempted to get it. I didn't. I can literally include the clip because I had taken one, and I'm so mad that I didn't get it. But regardless, hopefully I will one day. Hopefully I'll just go buy it off some random website then otherwise, because I know I need it in my life, and I'm gonna go finish the best book I've read so far this year. Update you guys in a little bit, but genuinely I'm so scared. Please pray for the best because I have a feeling everything's gonna go bad, and hopefully that doesn't happen because I've come to care and love these characters so much that if something goes wrong I'll just be heartbroken. Hi guys, so it's now the next evening, night I guess you can say. It technically took me a whole day to recover since I finished reading Fourth Wing to come speak to you guys about it, because I think I said in one of my previous clips that everything was going fine, but then in the last like 10% of any fantasy book, usually things go to shit and I was like so scared. I think I was foreshadowing. I think I may have jinxed myself and accidentally predicted, because something crazy happens in the like last 40 pages that really goes down, and then because of that chain of events something worse happens that had me on the worst like emotional breakdown of my life. Because tell me why. The fictional characters is hitting me so hard. Even throughout today I've just been looking at a wall and randomly like pondering and like crying and breaking down. Even though it's just like a fictional book, which is making it all the more hilarious, it's not really, it's actually heartbreaking. And then towards the end of the book, the last page, the very last page of the book, the last paragraph, the last line, if you're reading it and you haven't like gone ahead and finished the book, cover it out before you end up like reading it, because the craziest thing happens. And it's so wild because my copy has like 520 pages and I thought it was going to be longer, so I was like, okay, we'll get resolution. I turned the page, the book is literally over, and I'm just like, what? And as it turns out, those last 20 pages was reserved for like a different like book that the publisher Red Tower was like advertising for, like the first couple of chapters of like another fantasy book, not this one. And then I was just like, no way, so it's over. And so basically it ends on like the worst kind of cliffhanger ever, because suddenly now plot is going to be like flipped on its end. Something crazy happens that I didn't really expect. I don't even know who would have seen that coming because it was wild. And everything leading up to it, the whole 40 pages since I last spoke to you, that solidified this book in my head as a 6-star read. This is one of the best things I've read in my life. This is the second best fantasy I've picked up since ACOTAR, since I've gotten back into reading. And if you haven't read it, this whole video has been basically a marketing campaign of me begging you to read this so we can talk about it. But if you haven't read it at this point still, this is me urging you to please go read this because it's so good. Genuinely, everyone who speaks of this book on the internet, especially the people who are raving about it, know exactly what they're on, because something about this book, I don't even know what it is, it had me the entire time. The romance is perfect, the fantasy is perfect, the whole world building and the whole things that are surrounding it is perfect. And now I have to guess, either the next book or the one after that is probably going to have like some war aspect of it, which is so fun because genuinely I love reading about those in fantasy books. Don't know what that says about me. And so the fact that I'm such like a nitpicky, just a picky reader in general, and I'm not nitpicking at this, because even if I have and even if I try, I don't find any fault or error in it. It was perfect the way it was and I loved every second. Goes to say that, listen, please read this. And it's not every day that I read like a 6-star book that I know will resonate with me for the rest of my life, because I'm not being dramatic. This book has changed the trajectory of my life. Xaden, I think I may have been, or I may have fallen in love with him, and the thing that happens at the end, it's broken me. I feel a little empty inside. Emotionally, I'm hollow, and I'm waiting for my cousin to catch up before we start the second one. So it will be a little bit before, you get that vlog, and it will be a little bit before I get to see what happens next, because I'm still waiting for her to finish it up. And we've planned to like buddy read the whole series together. So until that happens, I'm taking an emotional break. I'm going to go read some fun books. I'm definitely staying away from like sad stuff as much as I can, because this wasn't meant to be sad, but genuinely the ending broke me and I can't think of anything else. I need to get over it because it's fictional, but at the same time, I have all these feelings in me that I wish, weren't there, because it's gotten so sad and it wasn't supposed to. And I can't believe Rebecca Yarros did that, but I mean, nothing I can do about it. Regardless, I'm already saying it. I have the next book with me. I actually got it during Bookmas a couple years ago when it just came out. I have the Pretty Edges, thank goodness. And I knew I would enjoy the book, so I did get it and I have it. And I have gone ahead and pre-ordered the next book, the third one. So when it comes to my hometown next week, in literally like a few days now, I'll have to go pick up my copy with like Pretty Edges that continue. So that's kind of perfect. And now, I have the series waiting for me and I will get to it soon. I just don't know when. So in this vlog, I can't really come and tell you when I'm continuing it. But regardless, you can go ahead and look forward to, for sure, reading vlogs coming on both of the other books, because I'm going to promise you that I'm putting out spoiler vlogs for both of them, because I have so much to tell you guys, especially that one thing that happens in this. 4 words that broke my soul. That's all. But anyway, we've reached the end of today's reading vlog. Hopefully you guys had a fun time coming along with me reading one of the most hyped for a good reason book of the last decade. It was perfect reading this. This is one of the best books, and you best believe I will be yapping about this book every chance I get for future videos now. So that's it. I'll see you guys hopefully soon. I'm gonna go pick up something that doesn't make me cry as hard now. And yeah, if you enjoyed coming along with me in this vlog, enjoyed seeing my reactions and reading Fourth Wing, like, comment, share, subscribe, do YouTube things, you know how to do them. And I'll see you guys hopefully very, very soon. I'm trying to post twice a week, so it's according to that schedule. And yeah, I'll see you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye.